from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, April 27th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. Republican presidential candidate Ted Cruz announced his vice presidential running mate just before 4:30 this afternoon. Former presidential candidate and businesswoman Carly Fiorina. Although he has not secured the Republican nomination and lags in delegate count to frontrunner Donald Trump, Cruz said, quote, "The American people deserve a real choice in November." Fiorina, born in Texas, started as a secretary of a small firm and climbed the corporate ladder and became the first female CEO of a Fortune 20 company. She is a Stanford University and MIT graduate. Fiorina has been a regular and popular presence on the Cruz campaign trail in recent weeks since she endorsed the Texas senator in early March. When it comes to Fiorina, Cruz said, quote, "This is an individual you can trust to lead this country no matter what might happen," unquote. None of the other presidential candidates have announced their VP nominee. Donald Trump not only won Pennsylvania's popular vote, walloping Ted Cruz and John Kasich, it appears delegates for him did well. Of the 6 Republican delegates elected from the 11th Congressional District and the 17th Congressional District, all back Trump. In the 11th, former Luzerne County Councilman Rick Morelli, Andrew Schechter, and David J. McWelly are the top vote getters, according to unofficial results. All 3 support Trump, and Morelli was the lead as the top vote getter. In the 17th, winners are Luzerne County Republican Committee Vice Chairwoman Lynette Milano, Gloria Lee Snover, and Carolyn Bonkowski. All back Trump, although Snover at one point said she'd support whoever won the district. Since Trump did, any difference is besides the point. As for the presidential race itself, Trump won 77% of the Republican vote in Luzerne County, according to unofficial results. Cruz got 12%, Kasich 9%. On the Democrat side, Hillary Clinton won in Pennsylvania with 55.6% of the vote, with 95 delegates, compared to Bernie Sanders' 43.6% with 67 delegates. It'll be Matt versus Matt in the 17th Congressional District this fall. Matt Connolly beat Glenn Geisinger in the Republicans' primary and will face incumbent Matt Cartwright in the fall. It wasn't close. Connolly got 64% of the vote to Geisinger's 36%. Connolly ran for the Republican nomination 2 years ago, losing to Dr. David Moylan, who lost to Cartwright in the general election. Cartwright faced no opposition in the Democratic primary. In the 11th Congressional District, 2 former Hazleton mayors will face each other in the fall. Incumbent Lou Barletta faced no opposition in the GOP primary on Tuesday. Neither did Mike Marsicano in the Democrat primary. In addition to the presidential race, voters decided a host of other races last night. Democrats selected former DEP Secretary Kathleen McGinty as their choice for U.S. Senate. She easily beat former suburban Philadelphia Congressman Joe Sestak, Braddock Mayor John Fetterman, and suburban Pittsburgh businessman Joe Vadvarka to win the nomination. She'll face incumbent Republican Pat Toomey in the fall. In the Attorney General's race, Democrats selected Montgomery County Commissioner Josh Shapiro as their candidate. He defeated Allegheny County DA Steve Zappala and Northampton County DA John Morganelli. Republicans picked suburban Philadelphia State Senate John Rafferty as their candidate. He defeated Scranton native Joe Peters. The statewide question of whether to abolish the Philadelphia Traffic Court passed by a 60-40 margin. The court has been suspended since 2013 after a list of scandals. The presidential races were apparently responsible for a much higher than usual turnout on Tuesday. In Luzerne County, it reached 41%. That's the highest since 2008, when the Barack Obama-Hillary Clinton Democratic tilt raised participation. That compares with 21% primary turnout last year and just 18% in 2014. In other news today, a drums man who was in a standoff with police on Monday night will not be facing any charges. The man's name, which has not yet been released, was waving a gun in front of his home in Beach Mountain and shouting that Donald Trump was Lucifer. Trump held a rally at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Wilkes-Barre Township that same evening. The standoff ended shortly after 8 p.m., and the man was taken to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton, for a mental health evaluation. The man had a handgun in his possession during the time of the incident. 3 other weapons were also found inside his home and were seized by police. The U.S. Secret Service was also notified because he referred to the presidential candidate as the devil. A Frackville man is charged with raping a 13-year-old girl in West Monoy Township. 56-year-old Michael Catherman is facing charges of rape, involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, and related counts. Charges were filed by state police at Frackville. Catherman was arraigned by District Judge James Riley in Pottsville and committed to Schuylkill County Prison, unable to post a $100,000 cash bail. State police say he had forced sexual contact with her numerous times since December. A fire in Pottsville tore through a home on 2nd Street just before 2 o'clock Wednesday morning. Firefighters say when they arrived, the house was already blazing. They had it under control in about an hour and a half. 7 people were displaced, though there are no reports of injuries, no cause yet, and the house was severely damaged, but it's too early to say whether it was a total loss. A special fundraiser will be held this weekend to benefit the Hazleton Area High School's Sport Shooting Club. Kids, Clays, and Vets will take place at Whitetail Shooting Preserve in Rock Glen this Saturday at 9 a.m. The event features trap, sporting clays, food by Chef Mike, vendors, tricky trays, a bake sale, and a special guest appearance by Staff Sergeant Eric Olson from WYLN's Warrior Summit Outdoors TV show. Over 10 World War II vehicles will be on display along with other military items. Once again, Kids, Clays, and Vets will take place at Whitetail Shooting Preserve this Saturday at 9 a.m. with a rain date scheduled for Sunday, May 1st. So be sure and come out to support the Hazleton Area High School Sport Shooting Club. Time now for our first look at our forecast. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe?
Oh, thank you very much. And today, it was yesterday, election day. Today, the following day after the election day, well, we greeted it on a kind of a chillier note, especially this morning, much chillier than what we've been used to. And even today, kind of cool, but yet we did see the sunshine across our area. We got some more showers to talk about in our forecast, but another chilly night in store for our area. In fact, there's even some frost advisories in effect for parts of New Jersey. That's an indication of some of that colder air, chillier air that's on the move. Some more showers out toward the west, but we're on the dry side of things. And temperature-wise right now, for the most part, mid to upper 50s to lower 60s. I'll have the complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, 10th grade female students at Hazleton Area got a lesson in self-esteem, safety, well-being, and empowerment this morning thanks to the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office. Plus, we'll hear from a young man and an employee here at WYLN on growing up with autism and the amazing adventure that he's about to embark on. Stay tuned. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way only on WYLN.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis.
You deserve to look your best.
Combined Insurance makes it easy to protect you and your loved ones by paying cash directly to you when you need it most. Whether you're looking for accident and sickness, disability, or life coverage, Combined Insurance has a policy to meet your needs and fit your budget. Call John Ravello, 570-499-0504 for an appointment to help determine the best coverage for you. That's John Ravello, 570-499-0504.
Welcome to the Extreme, the place where the greatest strength is your amazing enthusiasm, where there's nothing more explosive than the sound of your applause. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey presents Circus Extreme. Get ready for the greatest show on earth. Dare to experience Circus Extreme. Kids tickets are $10, playing April 28th through May 1st at Mohegan Sun Arena at Casey Plaza. Get your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com.
Female students in the Hazleton area got a lesson in self-esteem, safety, and an array of other topics from the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich has more.
Sophomore girls from the Hazleton Area High School heard a presentation this morning from a member of the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office. Assistant DA Angela Sparazza addressed the students on issues of self-esteem, safety, well-being, and empowerment. As an ADA, Sparazza sees many cases of abuse and harassment pass through her office. She wants teens to know that there is a support system for those who may find themselves in difficult situations.
High schoolers, obviously they should go to their guidance counselors, their principals, teachers, anyone that's able to get them in touch with law enforcement. That's how my office gets involved, is law enforcement. Your police are an amazing resource. I know everyone doesn't necessarily think that little things are the things that the police do, but that's what they do on a day-to-day basis. They deal with domestic violence issues, and I would encourage them to speak up to someone. Speak up to anyone so that they can continue that message and get them the help that they need.
The school district asked the DA's office to give the presentation to let the students know that they can do anything that they put their minds to.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm very proud of the fact that Angela Sparazza, our assistant district attorney, took time out of her busy schedule to come here to address our sophomore girls. And I really think the message was loud and clear, is to build their self-esteem, to build their self-worth, and let them know when they walk out of this auditorium, they can be anything they want to be. And no one should be telling them any differently. No one should be putting them down, whether it's physically abusing them, whether it's mentally abusing them through social networking. All that can be put to a stop by just empowering these young ladies.
Statistics show that 1 in 5 high school girls are physically or sexually hurt by a dating partner. The students are encouraged to look to school officials or their families for help.
I was really glad that one of the girls actually brought up the fact that she has a great support system at home, because first and foremost, it made me feel good that this young girl, 16 years old, feels inspired by the people that raised her. I also wanted her to see that there's other girls within her class that maybe don't have that same support system. They don't have that ability to turn to somebody within their own home and say, I need help. I want them to see that they have inspirational leaders, such as women who have done amazing things. Their guidance counselor spoke also, to be able to say, these are examples here in your community. And of course there's examples in media and other things like that, but here's concrete examples. People that you can ask, what did you do? How did you figure things out? They have that resource if they're willing to look for it.
In Hazel Township, for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, we'll hear from Chris Fulmer from Schuylkill County on growing up with autism and the autobiography that he's working on. Stay tuned.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi Electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Overhead we have a mix of clouds and some sunshine. Temperature-wise, not too bad. We got upper 50s and lower 60s out there. Dry conditions, but we do have the chance of some more showers in our forecast, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. But first we start out with today's graphic across our region, and not too bad of a day across our area. But got some changes in the forecast because we do have, once again, the chance of some rain and showers coming up in the 7-day forecast. We'll get to those in just a little bit, but like I said, this is the time of year we can have some very mild temperatures throughout the day, but at night, the nights still can get quite chilly. In fact, take a look at parts of New Jersey, as indicated by some of those blues. Actually got some frost advisories in effect through tonight. Closer to home, Live 35 Skycast Doppler. Nothing to show you from Wilkes-Barre through Scranton, out through Berwick, Bloomsburg, Danville, Lewisburg, Williamsport, Hughesville. Every location continuing to remain dry. 58 degrees are live conditions outside our station in Hazleton, and the winds averaging about 5 miles per hour. 60 now, Mount Pocono 62, Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport 64 in Williamsport, as well as State College, and 67 in Pittsburgh. Still in the 60s in the Wyoming Valley area. Satellite and radar, again, just a couple of clouds here and there mixed with sunshine. So it's been a pretty decent day across our area. Skycast precipitation and clouds. Those clouds start to roll in more as we go through tonight and as we go into tomorrow. Again, some showers come into play. We're going to have to deal with the chance of some more rain coming into play as we go into our Friday. But at this point in time, it looks like Saturday should remain dry. Notice those numbers. We got some upper 30s there tonight. Elsewhere, temperatures will be in the 40s, and then even as we go into our Friday morning, notice temperatures still kind of chilly, upper 30s, lower 40s across our area. Again, we got the chance of some showers in our forecast as we progress through a couple of days, in fact, and some cooler temperatures. But at least Saturday, part of the weekend, looking like it should be dry. Extended forecast looking like this and what we can expect the next couple of days. 52 for tomorrow, some showers. 48, some showers for Friday. Dry for Saturday. Rain and some more showers for Sunday and Monday of next week, and then should be dry for Tuesday and Wednesday. Our daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers: the pick 205, the pick 3420, and the pick 44620. Pick 5 numbers 32409, and the treasure hunt numbers 1, 2, 8, 12, and 22. Stick around. We'll continue to have a lot more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
If you're not in danger and you see a crime, text 274-637, 274-637, 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. Text 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. No one will know your identity.
Now, helping to solve or prevent a crime is just a text away. Text my tips to the word crimes and let the law help you.
All right, everybody, boat pose.
Hey, Jonathan, speaking of boat poses, I've got a great idea. Let's go whitewater kayaking.
Yeah, it's better than this, but we might drown.
I've never done it before, so how hard could it be?
I don't know. I might die right now, though.
On the next Warrior Summit Outdoors on WYLN TV 35.
Welcome back to WYLN News. I am Ann Gownley, and I am very pleased to be joined by one of my coworkers, Chris Fulmer. Chris, it is Autism Awareness Month, and you have been diagnosed with autism at an early age, and he is not only a friend and a coworker, but your work here at WYLN Master Control, and he's also one of the hosts of Off the Beaten Path right here and only here on WYLN. Chris, with Autism Awareness Month, I know you think about it all year round, obviously, but when were you first diagnosed, or when did your parents first realize that you had autism?
My mother kind of thought so when I was an infant. There was this time we went to a party in Barnesville when I was about 2 or 3 where she had to walk me around circles outside for 8 hours. I didn't realize it myself till about middle school or so. I guess that was probably when the diagnosis came. High spectrum, and thankfully, so I was able to remain high functioning.
What is some of the things that you've learned over the years of dealing with autism?
Well, to quote one of my favorite TV characters, Adrian Monk, it can be both a blessing and a curse. It can help you see the world in a different way. One thing it helps me with is that it gives me dedication. When I start something, I finish it, and that goes with Master Control as well. I keep going till all the commercials are in right, and make sure we count in and out on time for live events and the like.
With Autism Awareness Month, you know, there are children and parents out there asking questions. What can you say to those parents or to those children that have recently been diagnosed with autism? You are high functioning, and, you know, you've gone through many years now with autism. What can you say to those children and to those parents just finding out?
Well, I can tell them don't ever give up hope, because no matter where a child is on the autism spectrum, they have just as much a chance to go far as I have pushed myself to. Some people can have, many fields will be open to people with autism, and they can do well in it because they're dedicated, they're loyal, and they can achieve great things if given a chance. So I say to parents, don't give up, and to employers of those coming of working age, by all means give them fair shots because they can help make the world go round.
You were talking earlier about hopeful and pushing yourself far. You've now pushed yourself to the edge and going to write an autobiography, which is amazing feat. And you say that you're just copywriting now, you're double checking everything. And how did this all begin?
Well, technically, I guess you could say it started in the fall of 2004 after my granduncle Charles stopped by for my sister's wedding. He had mentioned a lot about the what he remembered with the past, and I combined with nostalgia for the people who have long gone, and looking back at how far I have come, I figured the time was about right. So over the course of last year and early this year, I decided to write out what is now titled Welcome Back to Saturday Morning, A Life with Autism. I'd show them that, like other people, those with autism are human, prone to the same pitfalls and triumphs as normal people. For example, much as I aim to be perfect, I do have my flaws, including perfectionism and occasional jealousies for people who do better, although I have tried to work to overcome that. And I bring up my best moments, such as when I was on the winning Sixth Sense team back in 6th grade, and my one dream finally came true, and I made it to a Price is Right taping on my senior graduation trip in 2004. I wasn't called down, but Bob did smile at me, so that made it just as well. And I, again, give all the people who have been there with me over the years and have both old family members and close friends their moment in the sun.
Is there any final thing that you'd like to say?
As noted before, there are as many things those of us with autism can do, so I ask the world, don't put us down just because we seem abnormal, for it is the abnormal that shall, as Christ would say, inherit the world. But and to all those of you who do have autism, just follow whatever path you like, and it'll lead you far, I promise.
Well, thank you so much, Christian. You have accomplished so much in your life, and I know there's many more great things to come. And if you'd like to see and hear more from Chris, you can watch him on Off the Beaten Path. Chris and his camera, I know it's always a fun part and something that you get to go and explore the world and see different aspects of history across America here. And thank you so much for sharing your story with us, especially during Autism Awareness Month. And Chris, can't wait to read that autobiography.
Thank you, Ann. I'll keep you in mind when and if I do get it formally published.
All right, sounds good. And we will have that story when you do get it published. So all the best to you, and thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you, Ann. It has been an honor.
We'll be right back.
I want you to attend the Kids, Clays, and Vets benefit fundraiser for the Hazleton Area High School Sports Shooting Club at Whitetail Shooting Preserve, Saturday, April 30th, starting at 9 a.m. There'll be a trap competition, stick-station money shoot, sporting clays, and Dirty Harry pistol range. Great food, tricky trades, vendors. You get to meet Staff Sergeant Eric Olson from the WYLN TV show Warriors Summit Outdoors. Plus, World War II vehicles will be on display all day. The Kids, Clays, and Vets benefit fundraiser at Whitetail Shooting Preserve, Saturday, April 30th, starting at 9. Tune in each week to WYLN TV 35 to watch the #1 Hazleton-based broadcasted television talk show, The Storm, hosted by Tiffany Cloud. Candidates, politicians, community leaders, and more appear on The Storm when they want to be heard. New shows air Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and these additional air times. Only on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
With Pottsville rebuilding, Schuylkill League Division I baseball an open race this year. And so far, North Schuylkill ahead of the pack after a crucial win over second place Tamaqua on Tuesday.
Anytime you play Tamaqua, it's a great win because that's a great quality program. But as far as the standings, this puts us up 2 with 5 to play, and the way our kids are playing, I like that. But that said, we have Pine Grove on Thursday. We're ready to play.
North Schuylkill head coach Nick Brayford is pleased that on any given day he can receive important contributions from any member of his team. Yesterday it was senior pitcher Bobby Grigas who tossed a complete game shutout.
It's been all year long like this. He had a streak early in the year, 26 consecutive innings, scoreless innings, and he just kept that up today. You know, he pitches the contact, and just when you think he's getting in trouble, he goes out there and throws a 7-pitch inning and an 8-pitch inning.
North Schuylkill fell in the District 11 AA title game last year, but in 2016 the Spartans eyeing both league and district championships. Also yesterday, just a few feet away, Tamaqua softball upended North Schuylkill, putting the Lady Raiders in first place after Pine Grove fell in extras.
Huge. It was kind of a three-way tie here with us, North Schuylkill and Pine Grove for the top of the Schuylkill League. We took down Pine Grove last Friday, so this was a big, big game. North Schuylkill, you never know who's going to show up, so for us to come out on top, it's a really good feeling.
The top two teams from Division I qualify for the Schuylkill League playoffs, and the Lady Raiders have positioned themselves well with pitching and defense.
Key to our success is playing a very good defensive game. We have our bats. We know we can battle with the bats. We haven't come together fully from the first batter right down to the ninth batter, but our defense has kept us in the games. Bailey's pitching one heck of a year this year, and that's just, I mean, we've just been playing excellent defensively.
Before the playoffs. Over the course of a 140-game season, wins and losses bound to happen in wacky ways. A prime example last night in the second installment of the 2016 Iron Rail Series. Second inning, Scranton Wilkes-Barre's Pete Kozma grounds into the double play, but it does allow the game's first run to cross. We go to the top of the fourth with Pigs catcher Andrew Knapp, temporarily the hero. Out of the park and into the sun, that outfield sign certainly applies for the go-ahead solo shot. But we enter at the bottom of the 10th inning. Donovan Solano gets on base for the Rail Riders, works his way to third, and then Ben Gamble swings, doesn't make contact, but that's good because Solano head first across the plate for the game winner. 4-3, the final. The Rail Riders, winners of the first two in this series. The finale at 6:35 tonight from PNC Field. And tonight on Late Edition Sports, we'll have highlights from that series finale, plus Hazleton area taking on Berwick on the diamond. But next, Joe Garbacik is in with a final look at the forecast. Stay tuned.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Go hog wild for Iron Pigs baseball. WYLN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs live. America's favorite pastime on your local network, WYLN TV 35. See the Stars of Tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WYLN TV 35. Visit WYLNTV.com for a complete Iron Pigs schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WYLN, your home for live sports.
All right, we are dry, and tomorrow, though, a little bit of a different story. We're going to have to deal with some showers coming back into play, and those will be sticking around even as we go into our Friday. But Saturday at this point in time, hey, it's shaping up to be pretty nice across all of our area. Extended forecast looking like this, and what we can expect over the next couple of days. Hey, it's looking pretty good. Oh, hi, okay, get this way. Yeah, that's much better. All right, there you can see the extended forecast. And, yeah, in the 50s, upper 40s, and some showers Sunday and Monday. Actually forgot the path to exit to get on with
Really?
you.
Really?
Yeah. Huh.
Do you want us? We should put arrows on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it?
That's all I got to say.
Sounds good. Well, hopefully that rain will...
Yeah, Saturday looks good at this point in time.
Well, that's all that matters, because don't forget Saturday at Whitetail. Kids, that's going to be...
A big event.
I'll be there.
You will be there, that's right. Kids, clays, and vets. It starts at 9 a.m. is at Whitetail Preserve in Rock Glen. It's going to be a great event. Don't forget, you can go and you can meet Staff Sergeant Eric Olson, who is with WSO here on WYLN. So it is, and I'm sure you're pretty excited for it, because all the kids out there, and it's a great fundraising event for the Hazleton Shooting Club. Have a good night, everyone.